pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first of all,
Almost everybody.
turn your phones off. I don't want to hear about it. And don't let your chairs squeak.
Here, your phone going off.
I put mine on silent.
Mine too.
Mine's in his vehicle.
All
All
right.
right,
Okay,
roll call.
roll call.
Mr. Tate,
Which one?
Robert,
Here.
Mr. Robert, Mr. Jeffrey,
Here.
Mr. Jake,
Here.
Mr. Jason,
Here.
Mrs. Alicia,
I'm here.
Mr. Lou, Mrs. Bill, Mrs.
You know I'm
Jean,
here.
Heard you on the parking
Heard my
lot.
mouth in the parking lot.
Nope, that's it.
Mr. Budasek is absent this evening. He is on vacation.
Okay, motion to approve previous month's minutes. Do I need a motion?
Yeah, did we decide that we don't need motions for that, Kevin? I'm confused on
Me
that.
too.
I always did in the past.
Well, if there, basically with a consent, right, sort of arrangement, if
Okay.
there are no, if it's always routine and there are no objections this time,
Okay,
just roll.
Then we don't need a motion.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't need that.
Perfect. All right.
Never heard of such thing. Changing the agenda, you don't need a motion, but you need to approve bills.
He didn't say bills, he said minutes.
Okay,
we need officers' reports.
the agenda. Or did we do the agenda first today?
Oh,
In case we need change it.
oh.
Do we have any
Did
changes?
everybody look at the agenda? Does anything need added on the agenda before we proceed any further?
Let me see.
Can I ask for clarification on one item? Forgive me if this was in the plans, but the stop sign ordinance.
Yes,
My understanding is that ordinances will be voted, a proposed ordinance will be voted upon. Joe will publish that and then that will be
this
accepted.
has already
Is that
been
right?
published. Both of these ordinances, I understand that they were discussed. I was not at the last
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay, I haven't seen that in the legal notices. I'm sorry
Okay,
when that.
yes, they have both been noticed in the Times. I got the bill for it already. That proves
Yeah.
that they have been.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, Joe called me yesterday and yeah, so they are ready to be voted upon.
Okay, I'm good. Anybody else need to change anything?
Janet,
No.
you still want to go through it?
What?
You still need to go through that? Executive?
Am I gonna do what?
Executive.
Oh, yeah, we're still gonna do that.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on, I will read the
Officer
officers' reports. Everyone got a copy of the police incident log, I assume.
Short.
There were 23 incidents handled by the Beaver Falls Police Department through the month of May. And they have all been closed and cleared. So if you have any questions, the chief is here. And the financial report for the month of May. We spent a grand total in the general fund of $97,785.28. The majority of that was for the MS4 project that cost $81,000 and change.
Yeah, got it cheaper than we.
Yes, it was much cheaper than we anticipated. We had deposits and interest in the amount of $122,842.41. So the balance at the end of May, $589,372.53. The other accounts that we have are listed on the last page. they're just simply deposits and interest with the water and sewer getting one deposit every month. So those are the extents of the officers' reports.
Hey Pat, what are we getting in interest right now, just out of curiosity?
We got $342.98 in May.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting on an average of high 200s to high 300s.
Great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Thank you for the changing of the banks.
Well, we don't need a motion for that, I guess. I mean, we do that every month. Fire Service Review Committee, Kevin.
Yes. So the committee is on track and on time. Just a quick review, you know, we spent our first real month looking at community input opinions, and those survey results, quantitative results are on the webpage. You can check those out. We spent the second month talking to our fire service neighbors. This has been amazing, really insightful. I want to thank Nora for coming along and helping on one of our conversations. Just very briefly, and matter of fact, there's a summary of the fire departments and community members we talked to already on the webpage. No exceptions. Everyone we've talked to around here, Big Beaver, Coppell, Homewood, Beaver Falls, Patterson Heights. Boy, are they all taking this business seriously. This is really about life and death. That really struck us, that this is about life and death issues, first and foremost. The second thing that really struck us is that almost everybody is leaning into the future in some way or another, whether that's banding together in a district of some sort or merging. Well, I spoke to New Brighton, by the way, too. Merging, ramping up their own, in-house and external sorts of wherewithal, right? The training, apparatus, equipment, all that sort of stuff. Boy, the fire departments around us are really leaning into that. That's really remarkable. Bodes well for us, right, in terms of mutual aid, of course. So we will continue. We have some more fire departments to speak with and a couple consultants that we're going to talk to. We'll continue this through the duration of our committee. Next month, we will be talking with the fire department. We will be inviting the fire department to come and sit down with us, have a conversation about some questions that we have. This month, we are talking to you all. You all should have received, every elected official, every officer should have received an invitation to a meeting, public meeting, next Wednesday, the 19th, at 6 p.m. to have a conversation about a lot of the issues that we have questions about, confusion about, everything from the budget to ordinances to protocols, things like that. So glad to have you there. I want to send out a sort of courtesy list of questions for individuals ahead of time, and also afterwards some follow-up questions. So if you're not there, we'll send you our questions in writing, and of course, everything that we do is going to be published on the webpage too. So,
Kevin, what was that
for
date
sake of
and time?
transparency, what's that?
What was that date and time again?
That's the 19th.
Okay,
That's Wednesday, 6 to 9, right here.
right here, okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'd love to see you guys there. Okay, that's all I have.
Thank you, Kevin. Pat, what's this?
Okay,
they're gonna be-
we were expecting our representative from H.8 Thompson, our insurance company, and he comes from the eastern part of the state, so I don't know if he's gotten delayed in traffic, but I would request that we allow him to speak when he does arrive.
Sure.
So, thank you.
Okay, Jason. That's just executive session, correspondence, East Palestine train derailment.
No, we
We want
have
to go
to,
into executive session.
we
Not
want,
right now, though.
Yes.
Oh, right now?
yes,
Oh, okay,
Get it over with.
okay, different, okay.
okay, let's have a motion, please.
I make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, let's have it.
Well,
Mayor, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's get back to business.
Okay.
Correspondence?
Yes, I do have some correspondence. I'm not sure if this pertains to us at all, but, Norfolk Southern's attorneys are sending this
Yes.
to everybody, all the boroughs, to see if there is anything that needs to be covered. I don't think West Mayfield Borough has anything that, at least that nobody's told me, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you guys
Other
get
than the
this
fire
out?
department, I think they were already
I
compensated.
think you can get a couple $100 out of them.
Yeah,
I think it's 250, it's that in there.
Whatever it is.
yeah.
250 a month or something.
But, and then the other thing that I have is is that on mine? I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, the letter from Patricia Kaufman regarding the Act 537 plan update for asset transfer of the sale of
Aqua.
of the Beaver Falls stuff to Aqua. I know it was discussed last week at the meeting, or last month at the meeting, but there is a letter that has to be sent to the city of Beaver Falls. There are two options. Alternative one, no action alternative, meaning that Beaver Falls will maintain ownership. And alternative two, the sale of Beaver Falls system to Aqua, which is the actual alternative plan that Beaver Falls has chosen. And we need to decide, is that what Joe said there was absolutely nothing different. All of the lawsuits have been settled, so the sale should go through as planned.
So I'll bring that up.
That's what he told us.
Yeah,
I could live there.
so I need to get permission to send that letter to Beaver Falls to Mr. Jones, saying that we, West Mayfield Borough, is okay with that plan.
Right.
So.
Do we need a,
I think I just have
You have to vote?
need a verbal,
I think we did that last month, didn't we?
yeah, and I don't know because
You are
I wasn't here, so,
Yeah,
you know, I'm gonna send the letter if everybody says it's
Yeah.
okay.
so we don't need a.
I remember Joe said nothing else needs done.
Yes.
The sale went through,
Yes.
everything is
You
set.
know what you're gonna say? Okay, I could stop texting me.
Give it to Jason so he can fix your
Yeah,
phone.
I can shut it off, but
Please.
I have to take care of her sugar. Her sister's living with us, and she's had bad sugar results, and she's texting me the sugar number so I can tell her how much to give them, because they're not able to do it on their own.
Yeah, that's the only correspondence that I have, so,
Great.
and we didn't have,
He didn't show up in
we
the parking lot.
didn't.
All right, so we can go to citizens now?
Yes, we can,
And there's no citizens.
No citizens
no
tonight?
citizens.
Wow, this is gonna go quick.
Yeah,
Good.
Take that. Can I have that paper back again? And I'll be right back to you.
You might wanna ask
I
just to
can't
make
read
sure.
this.
No citizens, correct?
No, Judge, with that,
Yeah, there's some.
Okay,
There's no one here, they just told me.
no one's talking tonight.
You need to talk to council about anything?
I didn't, my name is Ginny Wheeler, I live at 4300 West 8th Avenue down the street, that little white house with the flowers. I had contacted the mayor regarding the fact that we don't have recycling in our garbage collection, you know, since I've lived here for about 7.5 years. And so I actually was coming to request that maybe we could consider that, or something could be evaluated, a cost benefit analysis done. But I actually, in the process, did my own research on it. And surprisingly, the trend now is to go away from recycling, because the carbon footprint and ecological values are really in the negative, plus the financial impact. That it is less expensive to just put it in the general landfill, cover it with dirt, than to go through the process of all the special handling, the processing, the trucks, and the conversion of what is saved once it leaves, gets sorted out and sent somewhere else. That creates a lot of use of energy to do that. And so in the end, it creates a negative footprint, so,
Right.
something.
huh?
That's something.
Yeah, so there is a
Recycling.
University of Maryland article that has all the information, the cost benefit analysis breakdown, if that's ever helpful, that some other citizen comes forward and says, I'm new in the community and where's our recycling bin? So,
Right down, right in room.
yes, I know where that one is.
All right, actually, we had recycling about 2 or 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
We had a Saturday that everybody could bring their glass, their cardboard back here with one of the other members of council, Eli. Him and I would come back on the weekend. And people could bring their stuff in and we would take it out to the different places and distribute it.
Mhm.
We had 5, maybe 6 citizens,
Yes.
period.
I mean, that's the downside, if it was really giving if we're losing advantages because, from an ecological perspective, because we're not doing it. But if we're actually creating more of a problem than by doing it, that's pretty sad, I came from Leedsdale, they had their own, the borough boy, that's what I call the people who keep everything nice and clean in the borough. They collected garbage, we had our own trucks, we did everything. And so I think their cost was less than outsourcing the way it is here. But they discovered that by recycling, they could cut the cost of what they had to pay the fees for the tonnage that they had to put into the landfill enormously. Because most of what goes to landfill is recyclable types of things that take lots of room. But things have changed. I've been here 7.5 years, and obviously this is not a well-known, it's been analyzed now, but it's not a well-known disseminated. It's kind of going across against the trend of reducing the carbon footprint and stuff by not recycling. So a lot of people will be up in arms if you kind of went out there and did an anti-recycling initiative. But
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for the
All right.
information.
Okay.
sure,
Yes,
I'll send everyone the link.
All
She
right.
sent me the article.
okay, can I have your name and address again, just for the
Sure.
record?
it's Jenny, that's G as in girl, I-N-N-Y,
Okay,
Wheeler,
Wheeler, and your address?
4300 West 8th Avenue.
Thank you.
I have the yellow fire plug in front of my house.
Oh, okay,
All right, back to regular
Free water.
business.
Thank you.
Old business, streets, bridges and lighting, building, Jake.
Okay, the stop sign ordinance, we have to make I'm guessing we have to take a vote on that.
Okay,
So that's up first, so somebody wants to
I'll
make a motion.
I'll
Okay.
second it.
Okay,
You've all seen it, right? And he did attach every single stop sign in the borough to the ordinance. It's like quite a number of pages. But we will, and it has been advertised and it's ready to go.
so
Yay.
And we do need to have a roll call vote
okay,
on this. So
Oh.
if someone would make a motion, you
Yeah.
did, Bill.
Yeah.
Jenny.
Can I second?
Hold on a second.
Okay, we'll start. Janet,
Yay.
Bob,
Yes?
Jeff,
Yes.
Jay,
yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Lou,
Yes.
Bill. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically what that means is because we didn't have them in our ordinances, the police were not able to enforce them. So now they will be enforceable stop signs. So that's a giant
There
plus
you
for the
go.
community.
Job for you,
Before you
sir.
go any further off stop signs, I did give Brian
Uh-oh.
the,
You wanna say something?
the
Go ahead,
guidelines for putting in stop signs.
Yes, so that was my next thing going into. Now that we have that list of what they are supposed to be, I'm guessing Jeff's gonna have to, or who measures these? Is that an ordinance thing or
I
is
think it's
that
like 7 foot, it's gotta be
Well,
from the
then here
ground.
again, because I called PennDOT to get this information. And they said, if you're a city, someplace, it says, depending upon your location of where your signs are. 7 foot is the recommended, I forget what they said, urban, whatever. But they said, I said, well, we have quite a few of them that are probably 5 or 6 foot. He said, well, them are probably okay, depending on the location. For on a state highway, obviously not.
Yes.
On your local streets, back streets, those are probably okay because you don't have high speed.
Okay.
I provided the state technical guidelines to Joe, who said this issue came up, so he has those.
Is that your understanding as well?
My understanding is that what the state technical guidelines are is what they have.
7 feet? And that's not what the guy told me.
They have to be properly posted on particular poles.
Yeah,
certain
they have breakaway poles.
Oh, God, you have to move them all.
They have to be the right size, they have to be reflective, they've gotta be all of that.
And also understand every alley that goes out onto 37th Street, technically supposed to have a stop sign.
That's a lot of stop signs.
Yes, it is.
That'd be tough to enforce though too.
Oh, yeah.
Can't put these guys sitting on 37th Street in a blind bend to watch it. So how do you guys want to go forward with that information?
And I also talked to them about the one down on West 3rd and Patterson. One that's kind of sitting out there on an island on its own.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And he said, I don't have a problem with it.
Been there forever.
He might not have a problem with it, but the
Yeah.
state
I don't know
guidelines.
what it would do for you guys as far as prosecuting.
Does that mean we have to go out and measure every stop sign?
That's probably the one that lost the
That is
case,
the
right?
one,
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
The one right
At the
down
bottom
On
of West
the
Third?
island, the one that
Oh.
they were focused on is the one that heads towards the tunnel.
Yes, at the bottom of the hill.
So it was on Patterson itself.
That's that one we cemented in?
No, that's on West 3rd.
Which one we talking about?
Well, I
The
think
one
he's
down
talking,
at the bottom before you go.
The
in
bottom of the
culvert.
steps?
Come together.
Before you go
Oh,
to the
okay.
culvert, yeah.
Gotcha.
yeah.
So would you suggest that we go out and measure all of these? So we need somebody to measure them, and I don't know whose job that is.
Here's the problem, is if it's not done properly, since you're going through all this effort to put them in properly now.
Right.
If you're just gonna leave some that you don't worry about and some that you do, we're the ones that are gonna have to answer for that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Once we get hit with another one that says that it's not proper, we're just not gonna force it, because we can't pick and choose, we don't know.
Yeah.
It's up to the borough to certify that these signs are properly posted and properly.
That's a lot of
So we've
stop
gone through
signs.
that work.
Yeah, I think there's something like 190 of them. I had a number.
Holy
I didn't count them.
guacamole.
Should have been a number beside them if you use my spreadsheet.
The signs themselves, most of the signs themselves are okay. The
Yeah, some of them are, some of
poles
them aren't, because
are
the
not
signs are
okay.
supposed to be
Right.
30 inches.
So if we're going from like
Yeah.
24.
Nap to Hardison,
remember that.
it doesn't matter
106.
if it's 5 or 6 feet? Is that what you're saying?
That's what the guy from PennDOT told me. Now, he's saying something different. He can't enforce it.
I'm gonna defer to the technical guidelines, they put those
Yeah.
out from PennDOT because that's the standard that they expect communities to
And
use.
there's also a specification how far from the road they have to be.
Oh,
And I said, I gave all that to Brian, so he has all that.
get me straight.
What was that? How far off?
So again,
And again, it depends on the street and the agriculture around it.
Let's do.
is that something you need me to put Brian on, or is that something that we have to do as council?
How about this? How about we look into it and see if the ends justifies the means? I mean, if it's just about a stop sign violation and it's gonna cost us $15,000 to change all the signs and everything.
Yeah, I mean, stuff. Yeah, but as soon as everyone finds out that they're not enforceable,
They're gonna run.
You need to get them all, they ain't all gotta be legal.
Yeah.
They can't, yeah, this,
Well, you're gonna have to start a program somewhere along the line to say we're gonna do so many.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you know,
So
you
many at
can't
a
possibly
time.
do them all in one
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
We might not have to do
But
it
just start
as many as we're
saying,
saying.
okay,
right, the main trouble areas where everybody complains about, make sure those are done.
the high traffic areas is where I would start.
Yes.
the ones I did 7 foot, cause that's when you told me.
Did you do them right?
Yeah,
Okay.
7
Yeah,
foot,
he can walk underneath them without hitting.
that's right. So they're
Well,
good.
he can walk under the 4 footers.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Should we move on? What else you got, Jay?
Okay.
Okay, so next on my list, let me cross this out. All right, so that's done. Okay, so pickleball nets. This goes under park. We've got the pickleball court down there now. Anybody opposed to getting pickleball nets?
Okay, the committee, the West Mayfield's committee, concerned citizens, we're gonna look into buying them and donating them.
Okay.
Very good.
We're gonna look into it. We have to see what they cost and everything.
Thank you.
And
That
I
wasn't
don't
part of last
know,
year's budget, like Jake?
What's that?
That wasn't included in last year's pickleball?
no,
That was just resurfacing and getting the fence up. We were broke.
worst comes to worst, if they're stupid expensive, people can bring their own nets.
Yeah.
That's, there's a really nice park down by my place in Florida,
Oh, yeah.
beautiful park, and people have to bring their own nets.
Mhm.
Because you know what happens?
Well, and it might
Kids go
turn
in,
into
they
that.
destroy the nets.
If they go in there and they
So-
destroy them, that's what it's gonna become, bring your own net.
And eventually, hopefully, we can get a grant. Have you talked to that guy from Geneva? No, he was from
Brady's Run.
Brady's Run. Have you talked to him at all?
Talked to so many different people, it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
He
For what
said he could maybe help us get some grants.
Billy put in that one with Vogel.
Well, anyways, hopefully we can get a grant to resurface. I mean, it's not the best surface, but it's good enough. We were thinking, he hasn't striked it yet, I don't think, huh?
The pickleball court?
Yeah,
We just put that in.
it's the surface, like whenever you guys had.
We just resurfaced it.
No, we didn't, we sealed it.
They sealed it.
We
They
didn't,
did, they
he
do
wasn't
do
able to do
some,
anything.
they did do, where it was like all humped up in the center, they did take all that out
They
of it.
ground that, they cut that out and they put patch in.
I think we got better places to spend money than on
Yeah.
resurfacing that.
Well, we'll see how it goes anyways. If we could get a grant, fine.
If you
All
get a
right,
grant, that's fine.
anyways, go ahead.
Next, we've got the yard sale ordinance, two different versions of it, so we're gonna need to make a motion on the yard sale thing. Get it out of the way.
And here is the difference
Between the two.
between the two. A yard sale or garage sale shall not continue at a particular site for more than 2 consecutive days and shall be limited to a Saturday and/or Sunday with all items removed from the site by the following Monday. And that is under section 3C. The other ordinance, it says a yard sale or garage sale shall not continue at a particular site for more than 2 consecutive days. It does not
In a month.
specify, well, it doesn't say. None of them say in a month.
See, that's why I thought they were
That's
saying
what we
we're
were
only supposed to have
be
one a
doing. That's
month.
how we had it written. down.
Okay,
But then he changed.
I asked him to change it. So I asked him to bring the second copy of
So-
every weekend because I
wait,
can't see
wait.
stopping people from
3A
having their-
says there shall be no
Well,
more
as long as they
than,
clean it up at the end.
it is listed under 3A. There shall be no more than 1 yard sale or garage sale per month at any residential
That's good.
structure.
And I think that's,
But that
Too much.
limits them to,
So, does that mean if I have one, Bob can't have one?
No,
No,
it's
per
one per
residence.
residence.
God, cut my head off.
Per
Wow.
resident.
I thought we were changing that, so they can have up to 4.
I talked to Joe about changing it, that you can have it every weekend.
Yeah.
But you have to, come Monday, have it cleaned up.
Cleaned up.
You can't leave it in your yard till the next weekend. So no matter if you wanna have it next week, you gotta drag it back out, put it back up.
Right.
Yeah.
They changed it.
Who's gonna enforce that?
Who's gonna enforce once a
This
month?
order does
Yeah.
it.
I will.
Well, then you can enforce that. Cause if they have it, they gotta put it away.
So that means I have to go check the same person every weekend. We know who it's
Look.
gonna be.
We're talking about 1 to 2 people here. You know that as well as I know that.
Okay, and that's the only people in this borough that's gonna have more than one per month.
Yeah.
No.
Why do you need
No,
to
it's not.
have?
I've had neighbors that had them two consecutive weekends.
Yeah, I went to your neighbor one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Then
Jack-
a lot of them have
do we-
consecutive weekends.
do we need to revise this more then? Because it says only one per month?
You know what, a lot of
That was
places,
supposed to come out.
a
Okay,
places
it
give
did
you
not.
twice a year.
Well, thank God we don't live there.
Yeah, we're overregulated as it is.
So do we
And I
want to
think it's too much.
table the acceptance of this until Joe revises it again?
Mhm.
If he has it in there, one a month,
That's
you
what it
can't
says,
have it every weekend.
yeah. But it doesn't say
If you wanna vote for it, I'll vote no.
We might as well get him to rewrite it and handle it
Yeah,
next.
we'll have him, we'll
Give
have
it
him,
next month.
Well, before we do all that, let's make sure Joe's working on what we want.
Exactly.
Okay, well, you
Are
can
we-
call
So
him
you
and
want,
ask him.
Are we
you
going
wanted,
to want one a month, or are you gonna want multiple weekends?
Yeah,
Multiple
multiple
weekends.
weekends.
Multiple
That's up to
That's
council.
unfair to the residents.
I would say multiple weekends.
Yes.
I could see where
But
Bob's
for two
coming from.
consecutive days. No more than 2
You can have a
consecutive
Friday, you
days.
can have a Saturday, Sunday.
So 3 days.
Saturday, Sunday, 2 days.
Oh, I think you said Friday.
I started,
You
you
can set up, you can
You
set
have a
up on
Saturday,
Friday, start.
can have a Saturday and
Have a
Sunday.
Saturday and
Just have a
Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday.
And then put it away.
Come Monday, you have to clear your yard. Your yard has to be empty.
They can do it every weekend. They could do it every
And if they
weekend.
wanna do it again the following weekend, then they can bring it back out Saturday morning. set it
Yeah,
all
that's
back
just
up.
preventing them from keeping it in their yard all
Yeah.
day. And here's the thing,
What's preventing them from having it every weekend, every day,
every day.
on the other ordinance? Nothing. If you don't enforce it, it's not enforced.
okay,
That's what I'm saying, you're asking the same question, I'm gonna tell you the same answer. How are you gonna do that?
we're gonna table this then.
here's what I wanna
next
know,
month.
if you do let somebody do it every weekend, and I have to go up there on Monday to check every weekend, and the guy's not abiding by it, am I gonna have to go to the magistrates every Monday?
Is there a penalty in there?
No.
There should be.
There should be.
If you're, either one of them should have had a penalty saying, if you don't abide by this,
Because
then you
most
can be fined.
most
Wait.
people are not gonna
Any
have
person-
more than one or two.
Wait till Pat reads it.
Any person, firm, or corporation shall violate the provisions of this ordinance shall upon conviction thereof be sentenced to pay a fine of not more than $300 plus court costs.
But there is a penalty.
So there is a penalty.
And I think if you go up there and fine that guy one time because he didn't do it, I don't want to give you,
Okay, do
I don't think he's gonna do
can
it
we
anymore.
just change this? What,
It says,
why couldn't we just change it? Why is it gotta go back to the solicitor?
Cause you gotta rewrite the ordinance.
Because it doesn't say, it
Well,
only
how is
says
it
once a month.
advertised?
Both of them only say once a month.
Change
So-
that one
both
to
of
a
them were,
fourth?
But if it was advertised in paper to say one a month, then we have to correct that.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Oh,
Need to
because
change
you
we
already
got one a month.
advertised it.
You put up or say each
You
weekend
have to
Yeah.
advertise.
instead of one a month.
Did you already advertise this, Pat?
I didn't, Joe
Okay.
did,
Oh, so,
It has to go
so we
back
get to pay again?
I think so.
How
But
much it
they-
costs to advertise?
I forget,
A lot.
a lot, it was like
It's ridiculous.
$800.
I'm good with once a month.
I'm not gonna limit the, no.
The ordinance shall be enforced by the designated
Oh, you
police
can do it.
department
Make a
of the
motion, Bob.
borough or its code enforcement officer, who shall have the authority to investigate and prosecute any violations. If after investigation a violation is found to exist, the designated official shall prosecute a complaint before magisterial district justice. So what do we wanna do? Do you want me to call Joe and see if
Yeah, talk to Joe.
Yeah, do that.
he told me
You're
I
only
could call him?
changing like
3A.
from once a month to 4.
Well, every weekend.
Every
There's
weekend.
five.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 5 in a month too, so.
We're gonna have lots of yard sales.
Most
The
people,
only one I
most people
know
don't.
around here
We only have a
that
couple.
has a yard sale every weekend is
The
the
dad
one
goes.
guy that we're trying
No, the
to.
dad goes.
Well, no, she
She
said
does
she
a
don't
lot.
care.
I
She
know,
said
she
she's fine with
absolutely
But she
that.
doesn't have them every weekend. She has
No.
a couple weekends in a row.
She does a lot,
She doesn't have them every weekend.
but she said flat out, I don't
The
care.
one across the street from her
She
used to
said-
have hers up.
Yeah,
Well,
Lil,
she's gone.
Lil had hers every
She's
day.
gone.
she still alive?
Yeah.
Out down there?
I think she is.
I gotta admit,
Working
I
on
don't know, but
trying to get
somebody
a
else
price.
knows that house.
Yeah, she's in a nursing
Louis
home.
Louis
Yeah.
something.
I don't know, well, hopefully I
Thought
get
you
you
went
in
to
good
her
type of
daughter.
price.
She died.
No,
Who was the daughter?
Lil?
Little daughter.
Geiger, little
Did she
bit.
die?
Did she die?
She died.
Oh.
I thought she was in a nursing home last night.
No,
she died.
She was in Patterson, the one
That
that
girl
did
was a
on
worker in the
community
mill. She was a good worker.
Jesus. You fall and
You gonna laugh your ass off?
911.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to pick you up.
Fall that way.
Dr. Falls.
More cushy.
No, you can't.
No.
Like down in New York?
More
You
cushy
give birth
that
to an
way.
elephant.
Oh,
A lot more cushy.
And I'm ready.
Safety issue.
Hey, Joe, it's
We're
Pat.
ready
Give me
for
a
it. You're
call when you
prepared.
can, hopefully before our meeting.
Hey.
We have
For two.
a little issue with the,
We better break you
yard
down.
sale ordinance.
No,
Thank
please,
you.
you have to pull my library up first.
720-3280.
It was 1,400 for two.
Ah, mercy.
Where'd everybody go?
He had to go to the bathroom.
Together?
Yeah, he told me,
They like holding
he
hands.
didn't answer, but he told me he would be driving, so he'd have to call me when he pulled over
Yeah,
and
he told me the same thing.
so.
Well, he should
That
pull
definitely
over.
happened.
That's what I do.
I
Pull over.
Well, he's traveling along the turnpike.
Oh, well.
Jake went outside.
Got the other
okay, so,
Okay, so we're gonna go back to the yard sale thing.
okay.
Louis,
Maybe we'll connect
After
on
you talk to Joe.
Brian's gotta leave here in 5 or 10 minutes. Does anybody have anything for Brian? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do
Wait,
too.
do I like? I did.
No, no.
Brian, that alley coming from Gene down by the school. The alley by my house
Yeah,
at the other end, down there, it's got some bad potholes in it. Could you fix that, please? That's all I know. Thank you.
Alleys.
I mean, where the Gordon Road is, or?
No, up this way.
Okay.
That's up by Wendy.
Up by Wendy's and
No,
Eric's.
well, we're good, it's down,
Towards the
Where
bridge.
Eric,
yeah,
where
oh,
Eric,
Wendy,
where Eric. is.
yeah, where Eric
Yeah,
and
there's
Wendy
that
live.
big hall right there.
Yeah, down by Eric and Wendy's.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
fire and police, Lou.
I'll just
Okay.
talk to you.
Oh, wait a
next week,
second.
Brian.
Oh, wait. Hold
Let
on.
me make sure.
You said you did, and then you said you didn't. I didn't. You're confused.
I don't know what I do with the
I said
paper
I
you
do.
gave me.
I just can't
Oh.
read this and I made a call.
Street paving update by
I
Bill.
wasn't marrying you. I
Only
was
read
saying
Louis.
I do.
It's,
Want
Are
me to
we
do that?
doing Lou
Yeah.
first, or are we doing?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
we're
streets.
gonna go, this streets.
I'm
Okay.
on street, so I'm the street paving update.
it's a grant.
I got all the stuff that we talked about last month all put together and sent it down to Widmer Engineering.
Yay.
They sent it back to me
Mm-hmm.
and said that I told them I wanted to spend about $100,000, 100,000. They sent it back to me and says, you need more roads.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Mhm.
Means we get to pave, but we don't have enough. They said they're not 100% sure. They said, but for the numbers that they've been seeing, what we had listed was about 75 to 80,000.
I hate to run streets.
So I went down, marked off 3 or 4 other plots and told them, and they went up and measured them. I told them to put them in as options. So whenever the bids come back, the bids will say, the Park Ant Road down there was one of them. Because that section of Park Road is really bad. I don't know if that's Patterson, what do we call that? I think it's still Patterson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that section that goes through the park right there is really
Yes,
bad from the last ball field on down to
Yes, yes.
the middle shelf. So I put that in there. I don't know if we're gonna be able to afford that much of it. I don't know how much it's gonna cost. I put in, where we stopped at Rock, excuse me, coming up the hill. And last year we stopped and then I put in from there up to where the speed bump is. I put that as an option. And then we also did on High Street, we had 2 spots we were doing on High Street. I just turned it into one. I went between the 2. So I made those as options. And what they did tell me, we had West Second down there as.
On that, I talked to, who's the guy putting Cervallo. I told him we only have so much money left. I think I told him we might have 6,000 or 8,000. We couldn't pave that whole road. And if you would like to chip in and AJ. So they're talking about it because he's gonna have that parking lot all paved. So he said he'll talk to whoever's paving our road to see if them two can chip in to do the rest, because they're the only ones that use that road
Oh,
mostly.
that'd be nice.
I just wanted to tell you that.
We're not gonna pave that road unless they can afford to chip in a big amount of money.
Right.
When Widmer called me back to West Second Avenue, they said, if you pave it, you can scrape it off and put paving down, except you're wasting your money. It's not gonna last a year.
Why is that?
It's based.
It needs to be rebased.
Oh,
It's that shot, it's that far gone,
I had a feeling.
which is taking it down about 4 to 6 inches and putting all new stone in and then pave over. They
Too many years
indicated
of
that could
garbage trucks.
be anywhere from 20 to 30,000. It's still there to be, I asked for them to quote that.
Okay.
To see what it'll be, so we'll have all those options. They talked to Pat, the advertisement dates,
The advertisement dates, it's going to be advertised tomorrow and next Friday.
To rebid everything.
they're sending out the advertisement.
They're sending out the
Sending the bid on the
advertisement
back.
and then they will provide all the bid packages.
Next
We don't
month
have
meeting.
to do anything.
Next month's meeting, we will open up the packages here at council.
Yeah,
And we can determine where we're going from there.
Great.
Hey Jake, did you look into those 2 grants for PennDOT and the 2 that I sent you?
No, I gotta remember which ones they were. That was a while ago. Hold on a second here.
Thanks, Chase.
I feel like I did.
Cause the PennDOT one was like for alleys that used to be dirt roads.
That's strange, because PennDOT doesn't allow us to use liquid fuel in alleys.
yes, you are.
Did they change it?
I called and talked to Tony and he said absolutely.
Cool.
So,
Well, I'm gonna have to.
For years, I was always told we're not allowed to use it for
I
alleys.
did look into it, and I know it's on the computer at the house.
I just wondered if,
There was something goofy with that, and I can't remember what it was. They were offering us a loan, I think is what it
It's
came
not a
down
grant,
to.
no.
It wasn't a real grant, it was a loan.
it said grants on it.
Yeah, well, it is slightly,
Sort of.
sort of, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm still working with the state representative around the grants that I had mentioned before,
Okay,
and loans.
I am done with old business at the
Yeah, I
moment.
guess I could do that.
Okay. Both you guys done? Okay, fire and police,
Okay.
Lou.
Nothing on police and on fire.
You got a report for us?
Yes, it's handed in. We got our state grant, well, we got approved for it, it didn't come in yet. And then, we have another grant we was working on, we were selected by 93.7, the fan out of Pittsburgh, for one of 50 fire departments to receive a fund from the 5-alarm marathon they held in Green Tree Volunteer Fire Department. I believe it's our fire department, Medaka and Hopewell. So we don't know the amount yet because it's still gonna build up.
That's
So
good.
we were one of the fire departments
That's great.
selected.
Good.
And that's all I got under.
can we see that?
Did you find your paper?
No.
This is mine here.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
just want to write this down.
Sewers and sanitation, Bill.
Other than the things that we're working on, that Jake's working on down in Craig Alley, I don't know if they don't have anything, because I'm waiting to find out what happens from Aqua. Because there's a certain amount of that money is supposed to be allocated to strictly used for it.
Okay,
I didn't plan anything this year for it because I didn't know if we were gonna get it this year or not.
right. You don't know when you're gonna get it.
So hopefully things remain quiet.
Okay,
You better knock on something.
all right. Finance litigation, Jason.
Okay, we held about 13 interviews.
Yes,
We actually had a good turnout on this one.
Wow.
We had about 5 or 6 of them with the secretary, I think 6 or 7 with the labor position.
it was really fun.
There were a lot of good candidates. A lot. Do you want to talk about yours first, Ms. Pat? We had quite a few of those. A lot of them are good. We have one who lives in Borough, which will make the transition a lot easier. We were thinking, her name is Jenna. That's who we're thinking about going with.
Very nice person.
Jenna White.
Jenna White, yes. There were a lot of ladies who were super qualified. One lived in Freedom,
Yes.
one lived in Chippewa, and she was qualified, but I don't know, I just feel more comfortable having someone in the borough. It'd make it easier for me to work with that person to transition her in.
That and
Which she's
the
willing
fact
to
that
do,
she's
so.
here, we don't have to do much changing with like how we do business now.
Yeah,
Well, that was gonna be my next question.
Yeah.
was-
With like the checks and
Right
stuff
now,
like
Pat works primarily out of her
yeah,
house.
and I told that, they could work out of their home, but
we would just move that mailbox from her house down to,
would have to
If you
come
go with her,
here,
Yeah.
you
But
know,
go to
it's,
Freedom.
Oh, she
Yeah.
can't move in with you?
no.
But unless you can.
No, I don't want a 3-year-old, thank you very much.
so that's what we were decided to go with on that one.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, so,
You
I think
have decided or you are,
We have,
We
that
decided,
is
We need
who
to
we
vote.
are,
That's who they're
that's
recommending.
who we are recommending to fill the
You
position.
don't decide, that's up to the
of
borough's council.
Yeah,
so we have to vote.
so we have
We
to
need a
vote.
roll
So it's
call?
up to,
You can either go with their recommendation or look at other ones.
Somebody
So
wanna
I
make a
need a-
motion on Jenna?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
I,
Opposed? Ayes have it.
yeah, I think she's gonna be really good, and it is, one had so many other things that she
Last
was
one we-
trying to do.
the last
I
one we
mean,
did, or
Yeah, that's
last.
what
My
time.
question
That could get
Why?
confusing.
she bought a church, she's redoing it, like.
Yeah,
My question is, she's qualified to do your job, but will she be able to tolerate us?
well, we're
actually,
gonna be, I'm gonna
Well-
be very honest, we were very honest with the candidates.
Yes, we were.
About us.
About our
Us.
council meetings and how they could possibly be somewhat stressful.
We did give them, each one of them, we
So
did
you
tell
let them
them.
know.
You know, we did not want them to come in blind and, you know,
In fact, she has a 3-year-old
That's
she can deal with.
Okay, the next question I now have have you or are you, or what are council going to do around the salary?
Around, what's that?
they,
About how much.
They
she
agreed
makes.
with,
Oh,
she agreed to the,
they agreed, that was the one thing that we made sure that they
They do,
understood, that
yeah.
it was,
So you discussed that part
it was
well?
part-time and
Yeah.
it was,
Cool. Great.
so,
I made sure, because I talked with her ahead of time before I even called them.
Yeah.
Because a couple of them, their resumes, I was like, we ain't gonna be able to afford this person.
Yeah, they were like, wow.
So we were upfront with them from the beginning, saying it's this, it's part-time, it's how much it is per month. So we'll go with the interview.
Great.
Okay. Sounds fine. Questions I had?
So do we have to do a roll call or we?
no,
Well,
it's all, it's.
We're good.
yeah.
We also talked last night about the labor position.
Yes.
Do you wanna go with that one there, Miss Janet?
We're recommending Gerald.
What's that?
Gerald.
Recommending Gerald.
The guy that's on the right now, temporary.
Now, the one thing about him is with our ad being, depending on experience, keep him at the same pay rate he is now.
Which is
Yeah.
16.
16.
What about Joe?
Now,
I'll talk to you about him later.
hold on, we're saying 16. So in 90 days, he goes to 17?
That we have to figure out if we want to pull him up to 17
Because we
or
started him
16,
a higher
15.
rate because he was temporary.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because his resume said
Or-
16 or 15, 15, and 16.
Just start him at 16 and leave him there.
Let them get a year.
Well, let's see how he does.
Well, you got
If
the,
he-
you got the 6 months probation that we already have.
Well, yeah, that's what I said, we normally provide probation.
No,
Yeah, if he does really good, if he
But
does
we was
really
going to
good,
pay 17
starts
now.
learning things,
Yeah,
then
Well, he's
pay up
doing
to
good
18.
at what he
But
does.
Well, he's
says-
gonna
but
start out at 17.
But it was
After
according to
90
experience,
days.
it was advertised that way. It wasn't a flat, you're
That's
definitely
why I
gonna
kept on
make
trying to
this.
tell you at the interviews, I said, depending on experience.
It was the ability and experience, it don't just.
I don't wanna just cheat the kid out, but, okay.
Jeff, you're gonna teach him how to back up a truck.
But,
I can teach them how to run the backhoe and shit.
I'll come out here on a weekend then.
We also informed them,
No, that'd be awesome.
we also told them the time that you are working here on temp would consider with your probation time,
Right,
since he is actually working.
Now you're talking 2 weeks.
yeah. But it still counts.
Oh, yeah,
We didn't start all
Do
over.
we give them a key yet?
If we hire him, well,
I
yes.
would say yes.
Yeah.
if you're gonna consider,
Good.
I would think you would wanna give him a key. If you plan on keeping him, why would you not?
Right. I just want to make sure.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll make the motion.
No,
Second?
I don't understand this word here.
But
We're voting.
I know that,
Oh.
but when did this decision come down? I didn't know nothing about this decision.
We talked about it extensively last night.
Then you weren't here.
But I didn't make it, but that was for secretaries. I was here for.
Okay, well, you have questions, Lou?
they also would
I
talk,
just wondered
finding
about
out
this
that.
Joe. He was really good. I just wondered
Who's
what
Joe?
happened.
Joe's another candidate. He does have a lot of qualifications.
He does.
He would be on our higher end. And I think he would kind of butt heads because of some of the stuff he does do.
Yeah.
After looking at his stuff with Brian, because he's also a mechanic as well.
Yeah, we explained that to him.
We started thinking about it more and more and looking at it as like, I don't want butting heads. Because
Okay.
Yeah.
he's gonna
You
be
gotta be able to get
higher
along.
end,
Yeah,
and he's gonna be honestly wanting more money than we would want to pay him.
Yeah.
No, he said he would work with
He would
that.
work with that, but as soon as you start doing the job,
He's gonna want more.
But he's
Okay.
only gonna do
And
the
not saying
labor
that
job.
he
He's
wouldn't
not gonna
deserve
do
it.
the other.
he wants
No,
he wants to
we just
do
can't
Yeah.
afford it.
Good guy for the job.
he wants to be able to run the backhoe,
He needs
wants
to do
to
what he's
run
hired for.
other stuff.
Yeah, we explained that to him.
I mean, this
Brian-
is
Brian
a
does
laborer's position.
Like I said,
And I do not need guys fighting over the backhoe.
He's
or whatever
overqualified.
machine.
He knows
Exactly.
that. We explained that to him,
Yeah.
that Brian runs the equipment. He said he
Does
knows
he have
how.
the experience to do it?
He says he does, but he understood
Says he.
that you were doing
well,
it.
according to his resume,
He's a lot of it on there, yes.
Yeah,
he's had practical experience, from what you told me.
he does.
Can I see the resume?
He tells you very little.
Well, thank you.
I mean, a really nice guy, Brian, just I didn't know, I thought that's who he was gonna,
Recommend.
yeah, recommend. I didn't know about the change.
Well, what I'm talking about, if you can get somebody in here that can fulfill my spot, hire him.
But that would be him, and he understood that you'd be the one in charge. You're the one who
Why
runs
are you
every
leaving?
equipment.
I never applied for this job.
I know that. I'm asking you, are you planning to leave?
Yeah, now,
Eventually, yeah.
If you're planning to leave, then we can get him as primary and Gerald as secondary.
right.
I'm just saying, I hate to lose this kid, but he's a good candidate.
Let me
I
take a
definitely
look at-
think
Oh
that-
my God,
I'm not yelling at you.
thank you.
Now, let me do
But if that's the decision you
Only
made,
seven
Yeah.
hours.
I don't care about that, I wish you would have, before reading.
Eventually.
Well, I haven't had a chance to talk to
Yeah, but let's eventually, 6
Could
months, a
be
year,
something,
2
you
years.
invited me down and.
Well, believe it or not, as soon as I sell that house up there on High Street,
That could be anytime.
So do we want to discuss
well, my daughter's
that?
been
Well,
there
hold
5
on,
years, and
hold
she's
on.
only supposed to be there 2.
He lives in Patterson with his girlfriend, even though his address is
Now, there's
incorrect.
another country heard.
Who is it?
Even though they're in.
Joseph Palveros.
You understand what I'm saying, though?
Well,
I know
no, listen to me,
We
guys.
understand,
So I'm looking at this now,
you know?
and it does, I mean, it's leaning in that direction, but there's a couple red flags that I have personally.
Which are,
Give me a second. I'm building it up.
okay.
Let me build it up. Almost everything on here that we need, he has less than 1 year, is what he put on here. Less than 1 year experience. He has less than 1 year experience operating heavy equipment. He has less than 1 year plumbing, electric, He has 2 years in painting, so his painting skills should be
Well,
good
his
there.
dad buys rental properties and he
Now,
helps.
I don't understand what that means. Did you guys ask him, what does less than 1 year mean? Is that a month, 6 months? How many months do you
Could be a
have?
week.
Because I'm telling you right now,
One day.
Yeah.
you cannot hire a guy as a lead equipment operator that has less than what, I'm telling you right now, that's
We're
not
not
gonna
hiring
work.
him for that. We're hiring him for
What
labor.
we are currently
But he knows
discussing
how-
replacing him. We are
Replacing Brian.
replacing Brian if he so desires to leave
Well,
at some
then
point in
you
time.
have to put up another
This
application.
is not, this,
I'm-
yeah.
We're
this
not
is not
hiring
a
for Brian's
full-time-
job.
or
We're
this-
hiring for a labor.
Right now,
I
Louis,
understand
we're
that,
talking.
right.
But he knows how to do this stuff, he said.
Yes.
I've had guys that come in and told me they know how to do everything too.
Yeah.
No, I
Found out the hard
understand that,
way.
They
Bob.
can't make a tape measure.
I had
I
nothing
mean,
to
if
do
you
with
talk to
it.
the kid, you'd understand.
Well, no, the only reason I'm bringing that up is because you guys mentioned if he desires to leave, if he wants to leave,
We see
that
that,
this
Jay.
could be a good guy for that
Who did
position.
No, I'm
he
talking
run
about
heavy
labor.
equipment for?
But,
Right,
He
as a
knows, he knows
laborer,
how.
but what
he's done-
Louis trying to say is if we hire him now, it gives him a chance to continue to get experience.
but it's the same thing. So that resume there, just knowing Gerald personally, how many different landscape places has he worked
Jake,
at?
he's got 6 years as a line cook.
You know
We
what,
didn't look
Bob?
at the line cook section of it.
His parents
So
own a
you're saying
restaurant.
that
Such a
Gerald
hypocrite.
will be able to step in on Brian's job?
Well, no, what I'm saying is
No.
he has
No.
less than 1 year
We're
experience
saying
Okay.
joking.
with certain things.
Did we do
He
that?
he
never
has
told
told me personally that he can hop in a skid steer, start it up, and move it. That's experience.
Well, he said he could do that. We talked over it.
Right. So, can Gerald run a weed whacker? Heck yeah. Can this, I don't know what this guy's figure is or anything like that. Can Gerald run a weed whacker?
No, he's out with a weed one.
There he is.
Can you back up a truck? Can you back up a truck?
The small one, not the big one. No,
But here's the thing, we're talking about something
It's
so,
nothing against Gerald.
yeah.
I'm just saying, I thought we was gonna recommend this Joe. I didn't know that
We
they
had-
changed it.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
So. I mean, he seems like a nice guy and he knows what he's talking about.
Here's one thing that I can
Just
say.
give me 1 minute, please.
Nothing you can give him a minute.
One thing that Gerald has mentioned to me is he's willing to learn and he does enjoy this. And I know for a fact that Brian has had this kid working. And he has not complained to me one time
Now,
about spending an entire day in a creek weed whacking. That is a very, very, very difficult job to do. No one wants to do
We'll
that.
put him in temporary just to cut.
I've never seen anybody go
Anyhow,
out
we
with
can
a weed eater or
Yeah.
lawnmower, what Gerald does.
his current position.
I never said he was,
But,
the kid can scoop
At
rocks
this one.
and handle a shovel and handle
Yeah,
a
that-
weed whacker. He is a great laborer.
driving a truck, he's out
This
the one.
is
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, no,
They never drove a truck.
What are
We
you gonna
can
do
teach
when we
him,
get a
They
plow?
never drove one.
What we gonna do then?
We're gonna call you, Lou.
No, I'm not plowing no more. But what are we gonna do?
He's gonna be able to plow. By the time we get to the snow season, we'll have him ready to rock for
Yeah.
plowing.
He'll be trained.
This guy says less than 1 year
Yeah.
at snow plowing, so
Can I see him when you're done?
it doesn't say where he worked. It doesn't say that he excavated for a company or plowed for a company. They have them shovels that they call plows.
No, he actually used an actual vehicle.
No, he'll hit.
For who? It's not saying anything.
All the resumes that we got were almost like the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't put every experience they had on the resume.
Yeah, they just put,
All right, let's,
they do.
These are just the jobs, the company.
Well, do you wanna start
You
doing
would think
interviews?
so.
Cause I'm fine with that.
all right, so we're sticking with Gerald.
Call me.
We ready
Oh,
to
that's
vote?
fine.
That was rude.
Okay, so
We ready to
let's
vote?
What, that's not
You
rude.
said stop.
So are we
It's
ready
just
to
sticking
vote?
with.
Yeah, we're ready to vote.
What are we voting on?
I don't know, I forget why
All right,
you were
Gerald.
We
All
are
right.
voting
Gerald.
on,
On Gerald.
I need
Gerald
a,
or Joe?
on making Gerald a full-time employee
You are. God bless you.
at $16 per hour.
I need a motion.
I'll make it. Come on, Jeff.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
I-
Aye.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
motion carries. Is that all you got?
Read
I
it.
know.
All right,
Thanks,
take care, Brian. Do you have anything for us?
Add one more thing underneath that.
I'll just talk to you next week.
In regards the park,
Yeah,
we need to get cameras down there,
we do, big time.
big time.
What's getting destroyed?
Well, the light bulb situation's the name.
That's always
I'm
been.
not
Okay.
taking them out and putting them in. Do
Why do we need light bulbs?
you wanna take them out and put them in?
Why do we need them? What?
Because sometimes things run
Because
into
some people
nighttime.
stay late.
Oh, I thought you closed it at dusk.
No,
Okay.
That was 8
All right.
But we need to get cameras down there just so we can keep track of stuff as well. Tables moving,
Yeah.
So-
I gave you a bit of.
Bye, Brian.
bye, Brian.
that's why we need to figure out what we're gonna do.
Did you get prices on it yet?
For what?
Cameras.
Yes,
You got prices on cameras?
I gave you, yeah.
Lay them on
Gave
me.
them to me?
I did too, I sent you an email.
Oh shit, I didn't read it.
You have money
What,
for
2 months
parks.
ago?
I didn't read it.
I was gonna say, you have money for
But
parks.
But it's like 4,000 something, right?
I don't remember the one.
It's 4,000 something.
4,000 to 5,000,
Brian was telling me about,
because it kind of you have to put down there because you got such a
Wait a
distance
minute.
between shelters.
Brian was telling me about
That
whatever
needs a
that
little
store is up at the mall. Is it Freight Liquidators
more
or
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight?
Yeah.
That they have like a Cobra system. It's $300.
Okay.
So,
There are also Wi-Fi cameras, but
yeah.
you run into the problem of distance between the devices. If you're putting one down at
You gotta keep
shelter
it
3
at
and you have your main base down at shelter 1, ain't
the
gonna happen.
Wi-Fi. You can only do a certain-
Cameras are gonna need to be put on poles that cannot be reached or destroyed.
Yes. And when, the bid I got from Allegiant, who's the one that did our camera system here, had that, there was one, we were top up on the pole, down by the pickleball court. There was one, I think, at each end of the, main pavilion.
Yeah.
One on the other side of the, kitchen,
Mhm.
and I think one up the other one.
So now my
And I
next,
don't think it was $4,000, I can't remember what the price
It
was.
was 4,000.
so real quick, let's ask him, if I catch somebody on camera and we have a pretty decent description, are you guys allowed to use that camera against them in court? Perfect.
Cause somebody was doing donuts in the,
Oh, I would love to
They
catch
do it all
those
the
guys.
time.
do it all the time.
in the
They do it all the
baseball
time.
parking lot.
Yeah,
Not the one
All
across
the
from
time.
Toys,
the other one.
the other one.
Guys, one kid's supposed to live down by you.
Catch me.
I don't know what his name is, but.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
It's like you're going into
I
a
wish
store.
it was
right,
that
like,
much.
you got
Just get a
everything
bid
on.
on
I
camera.
wish somebody would catch them.
I'll open
It's
up that
supposed to be
email
one
that
of
you
them.
sent me 2 years ago.
I'm not
You said
going
how much
too
was
much,
those
guys.
at Harbor Freight?
300.
They're 300, but they're Wi-Fi.
And
Okay,
they're
so for
covered.
that price, could you put one in each?
That's just if there isn't.
No, because your
No, you have to
distance
have a shelter.
between the shelters, you're not gonna get a good quality signal.
I use a system and you.
I'm saying the whole system at this shelter, a whole system here, you're talking $300.
You have to leave power on all the time. The power has to be on at the main base and where the camera's at all the time. You want,
Now, there may
what we
be,
have
there may
here,
be more efficient Wi-Fi cameras out there, I don't know what they cost.
but you want something you have here because of the fact that everything's powered right out of this room right inside here. All the cameras out there, all their power comes from right here.
But they're all hardwired,
Yes.
there's no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You want something like that down there, so this way you don't have to have, the shelter has to
So
have.
you
That's
go,
that, that's them for, that's the camera system, them installing it, all of the kit and caboodle.
You know, Jake, I wanna tell you yes, but I can't guarantee that because I can't remember. Because they were gonna use some of the existing, the old system we had here, we took down, and they said they could utilize some of that old equipment, that's why I don't think it was that much.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, where's the Wi-Fi gonna come from down there?
It'd be a router that'd be probably in that kitchen.
So now we're buying internet.
Yeah.
Yes, that's like a big dead spot down there.
There
But
is
you
companies
don't
that
wanna-
have the means to put signal antennas and things like that work off your current system. We have a system that we use a company for, and they run all of our street and parks. They run Big Beaver's Parks, and we actually have live feed into our station from Big Beaver's Parks.
Nice.
That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
we have live feed from here anywhere we're at on our phone.
Not at the police department.
Not at the police
They
department,
could.
though, that's
They
cool.
could. All
All
you have to do
give
is,
them
all you have
access.
to do is give them the code. They
Give
can,
them
they
username
can
and
see it.
password.
They can
Well,
see all
when
my
you're-
cameras.
yeah,
What I'm
Beaver and
saying is
ask
that
them.
they're, I'm not telling you to go with, I'm just saying that integrates into our current system. So we don't have to have a whole separate monitoring system in to watch your parks. We just integrate in with what we currently have.
Boy, that'd be the way to
That'd
go.
be great.
Before that.
We've talked to them about which company. Do it.
I just asked him to give me the information so I can get a hold of him.
Perfect.
You do it, Chase.
I already just said asked him for the
Oh.
information.
Thanks, Steve.
Moving
Okay,
on.
since I'm more of a techie than you.
Yeah, you're like Mr. Tech.
All right, you got
That was
anything
in
else?
mine.
All right, Jeff, ordinance.
Yeah, on old, yeah, Orlowski up there, on Railroad. Still, the truck's still up there. Hood was up. Still
There's-
junk
Okay.
around there.
There's
We've
an
talked
issue
to
with
them.
that. So there's a young boy that's there, it's his grandson or, that's staying
Yeah,
there.
he's about
He's-
15 or 16.
Yeah, he went to welding school and, he's kind of in a bad way, you know, trying to get on the right path. And so he's using that truck to try to rebuild it, you know, on his time. He has to earn so much money. I mean, maybe you guys want to squash a 15-year-old's trying to get on the right path, but
No.
he's not hurting anything on
Yeah,
that
it's
side
not
street.
that, it's,
But
You
he's
got-
working on getting
but
it fixed.
He's back in the
Where
back,
he
and
can-
nobody even sees
He can
him.
make it roadworthy. He's making it and he's going to school to make that vehicle to where it's gonna get inspected and pass inspection.
Let him go.
So,
yeah, I love
Let
that
him
about
go.
yeah,
if somebody comes and say, hey, you got me for not having this inspected or something.
Then you give him
You
Tina's
know what I
number.
mean?
So
That-
that-
I-
Gotta use
I
some kind
understand
of
that, but
discretion
yeah,
sometimes.
you know, I
Oh,
mean,
we
if you
have
have means,
Let's find
you
out
know,
where he's at. Put it
but-
in
Yeah, when I was
this is
15,
letting
when
him
I
get on
got
the
mine,
path.
I already had it all fixed
I've
ready.
got it.
So I think it's just a setting out in the open.
It is.
Yeah.
He had a carport over there, but during the winter and storms and stuff, it knocked it over. So the grandfather, he's like, I'm gonna try to get another carport. That way it'll kind of cover it. It's not what our code says, but he's a 15-year-old kid trying to get on his
Oh, if
feet.
it's covered up with that cardboard.
You know,
I think
I mean,
it
it's not
falls
right
inside the
now.
code.
It's not right now,
It's
but
not in it now.
it's,
No,
the
but
carport's
Oh,
gone,
yeah.
but he's gotta get some money to be able to pay for that and stuff and
He's working
just,
on it, right?
he's working on it, you
I
know?
don't see nothing
He's got a
wrong with that.
part-time job,
Have
he
him,
gets
have
so
him
much money.
call him or I
For what?
for a carport.
You make them?
We happen to have one.
Oh, okay.
Brand
I'm
new
like,
in the
Like a
box.
garage.
I'm like,
I had to call Mike.
okay, yeah,
I think it's
And
what,
we
12
may be able to help them out.
yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, you know,
Good deal.
We're trying to work with these people.
Yeah.
This ain't Mike, this
We're not
is
using
Mike.
it, so.
yeah,
This is his wife.
well,
Mike's in a bad way.
Is that all you got, Jeff?
You got, what about down on Whipple Court, that lady? About the grass?
She got tags.
She got tagged?
uh-huh,
Went up here on
yep,
West,
she got
West,
7 days.
next to her house.
She got
Yes.
tags.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I thought about.
So
Whipple
we're
Court right
going-
there.
Line behind with
Which one is she talking about then?
'Cause I thought
Next to
about
Whipple
maybe
Court.
cutting it.
Pat's name.
Yeah.
We're
But you
talking about
know-
the same house?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
that's
there was
We
a
tagged
guy,
her for trash and for high grass.
there was a
That's-
guy,
And you won't get a damn thing out of her.
No,
but there was a
oh,
guy cut the grass
so-
there.
no, I'm not gonna say
He was
anything.
doing it before. and the
Joe, I'm
guy-
sorry, I didn't,
Oh,
we turned our phones off because we were told to.
President.
Okay,
Well,
okay, the issue with the ordinance is that it says there shall be no more than 1 yard sale or garage sale per month. Yeah, and that's what the other one says too, they both say the same thing,
I didn't want to ruffle the feathers.
and they don't want that. Well, because, you know, because it says,
Oh, it's actually the second drive.
they can have
Take a look.
a yard sale or a garage sale each weekend,
As long as they clean it
you
up.
know, for not more
You're just
than 2
replacing them, you're good.
consecutive days. And it kind of contradicts.
Yeah, he's gonna take that out.
Yeah. From the cost.
You know, Flintstone will do it, or what?
I am. My leg's going down.
I'll phone tomorrow.
Jeff, you're gonna be going to bed, ain't you?
Yeah,
I should be in there now.
Is there any room for you to go to
okay,
bed?
so it doesn't matter that it says only one garage sale per month?
Yes, it does matter.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I do.
Can we get Jeff to move his trailer?
Huh?
Can we get Jeff to move his trailer?
Okay. Okay, because we've got, okay, 3A says there shall be no more than 1 yard sale or garage sale per month
50 cars.
at any residential structure.
Anyhow,
But you gotta have.
Right, and then
Leave
C,
it at one. And if
3C
somebody does
says
it,
a yard sale
has
or
2 or
garage
3, I'm not
sale
gonna do anything.
shall
I
not
just wanna
continue
enforce it.
at a particular site for
They're
more
just
than
actually
2
working pretty
consecutive
good there.
days
Mhm.
They
and
are
shall be
saying that
limited
and
to
not
a
being
Saturday
enforced.
and or
Just
Sunday,
people look at
with
it
all
like
items
that.
removed from
So
the
every
site
day,
by the following Monday.
yeah.
If they see that, most people aren't even gonna look at the ordinance, they're just gonna have the yard sale. If you're having a
I
yard
have
sale, are
never
you gonna
seen
look
the
at the
ordinance when
ordinance?
I moved here.
Yeah,
Are you gonna look up
No
the
one
ordinance
answered.
if
No,
you're having a yard
if I
sale?
get a neighbor that's pissy at me, he might.
All your neighbors are pissy with you.
good.
I'm just telling
That's
you.
good.
Talk to
Yeah.
the lady on the end.
Well, it's all those
Yeah, 'cause I
Christmas
talked
lights.
to her.
Nobody's, if you're doing it right,
Blind girl.
nobody should have a problem.
Blonde girl.
And your neighbor's not gonna see the damn
Yeah.
ordinance either, you know?
The brick house.
Believe you, you are.
yeah,
And they don't call about Frank.
yeah, and that's, yeah, it's pretty clear, but now they want it, they want you to be able to have more
And
than
then you
one
got
per
the
month.
brick house down downward. Yeah, when she had her yours house,
Try to help me.
she was, that's why
Well,
she
you
come
know
in
what?
and needed.
If we have to put another ad,
That's what she said.
let's just go with that one. I'm not enforced.
Obviously, and it wasn't,
Why would you put a rule in place that you're not going to?
yeah,
Yes.
I'd be like telling the chief up there, don't worry about stop signs.
It's a little
We're not
secret.
gonna enforce it.
Billy, I think it's time for you to go home.
yeah,
You got my vote.
yeah,
A second.
Jeff, you have to say.
I don't like putting rules in.
yeah,
They're not gonna
exactly,
enforce.
exactly,
You know,
yeah,
And me too, Janet.
yeah.
We're gonna go by the rule.
It doesn't matter, they could have one every weekend.
I see myself. Start having a five.
they sent it to you already.
They sent me an email, so I approved it.
It's done.
I don't know if it's done yet, but I approved it.
No, they
Yeah.
sent you the picture.
Yeah, I had to approve it, but they can keep it
He's
now.
talking to you.
Did you make sure
Mayor.
everything's spelled right?
Yes.
No, as soon as he saw that, so we just tabled it.
Inside voice.
It's all right.
No, obviously not.
They crying 2 days ago.
I think we need new chairs.
I don't like these chairs.
Yeah, but it has to be on Saturday or Sunday.
They need requisitioned.
Yeah.
I said,
You probably have one chair.
Okay. Yeah,
Check that out and move forward, whatever.
Yeah.
okay.
Nobody read it, you were the same.
The lady by the.
This high grass,
Yes.
I can't remember what it's called. It's-
That's exactly what you're saying, yeah.
Oh my gosh, those couple of guys
She just told me.
Across the street there.
Is that the stone house? Yeah.
So we, they're renting.
There's nobody renting. I did make them put the grass there.
That lady left. The sewer was still, she kept smelling it in the house and
Yeah.
and people never come back in.
Really?
So,
take that back with you.
yeah, she's not there. I always thought her was
No, they did.
I had to call Faith because the animals were complaining.
Okay,
Get out of the
They didn't
driveway.
hardly do anything.
okay, that's exactly what I said to do, so I just wanted to double check with you. Thank you so much. Okay, that's
Enjoy your
okay. Have a
vacation.
good weekend. Bye. Yeah, he didn't understand that you didn't care if there was more than one weekend involved, so he said he thought that you just wanted to limit the days
Oh.
of the week. So we have,
Have
He
to
said we
re-advertise it, basically.
he said we do not have to re-advertise,
Oh,
we'll
thank
bring
God.
it up for next month, and I'm sorry it took so long.
So you're just gonna take that out.
We're just going to table it, yeah, he'll amend it and we can vote on it next month.
We can't amend it ourselves.
No, we cannot.
Okay, so we are going to Janet,
I'm
Parks
so
and
sorry.
Recreation.
Okay, what am I supposed to talk about?
What's your thing say?
Park shelter updates, you have
Oh,
a,
yeah. Okay, so we're getting a dumpster. It's gonna be delivered tomorrow. It is gonna have a lock on it.
Where are you putting it?
At the very last telephone pole where the cable comes down like this.
Right next to the kitchen.
Right in front of that kitchen pavilion.
Yeah, so it won't block a parking space. It'll be right where that cable is. Okay, so we have 2 in
You're gonna have that
May.
locked up, right?
Yeah, we have 8 this month so far. We have 7 for July, but that's early rentals. And 3 in August.
everybody's paying,
Yes,
So we're,
nothing left over from last year or anything?
well, not that I've heard of.
Okay, good.
are you gonna
No,
use
no
the
one
park
is-
rental money for the, pay that for that dumpster?
Sure, whatever, I don't care.
I'm just asking.
Might as well. I mean, I thought we were
That's what it's
okay
for,
with the other
basically.
dumpster.
No, Bob. we're
Baseball
not
one?
okay.
Is that baseball dumpster always full?
Yeah,
But-
sometimes.
Some people don't have a vehicle to transport the trash from.
And then if they leave it
Shelters.
there, it gets eaten by the animals. Lizzie, I had to clean that up one time for me.
Yes.
Well, we're helping you out because you,
Well, I understand that,
yeah,
but
that's okay.
So you're gonna have to unlock it before they rent and then come down and lock it up at
not
night?
yet, yeah.
That's
Take the
even better.
garbage to the other
Okay,
offer.
Who are you getting it through?
What?
Who are you getting it through?
Aikens,
Aikens.
They didn't hook you up with a smoking deal.
Well, you know what? I did make a good connection with the guy at Valley Waste. But after I called him and told him we went with Aiken, he said, oh, I maybe could have worked a better price for you. But I talked to him for 2 weeks and he didn't think of that prior. But once he knew we were getting Aiken, he was like, I really could have worked it with you. Well,
Should've.
you know, contract signed. It was already done. And I need members for my rec board. But there's no one here.
oh, so yous are no one.
I mean, you are, but they're already on the committee.
I was gonna say, we're always helping out.
But I wanna try to, you know, do some different things. Like maybe have like a kids activity.
Yeah, I like that.
I would like to do a movie now.
Mayor, when are we gonna have another meeting about stuff like that?
I thought we were having it Wednesday, the 19th.
19th, yeah.
19th.
That's for fire service.
Wait a second, that's the same
That's
fire.
the meeting.
That's fire service.
No, that's the 20th.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday is fire service. Next
20th.
Thursday is yours.
Okay, so
20th.
Thursday's when we're doing it.
That'd be the 20th.
Okay, so we're doing ours the 20th.
20th.
Yeah,
Or what?
Thursday.
No. Ours is the 20th, right?
No, 19th.
Oh, it's the 19th.
19.
Fire services
What we
19th.
telling you?
That's what I
Oh,
was just
okay,
saying.
then we'll have it the 20th.
Have what, the 20?
The meeting.
Or
Of
maybe?
the committee.
Parks and Recreation, or,
Parks,
Of the
right.
committee. You could quit the committee, Jeff, if you wish.
No,
Well, then it's a meeting.
you're killing me.
Move on.
Whatever.
All right,
Okay, good.
anything else?
Um,
That's all that's on here.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, all I had was, Aqua. And Pat took care of that. That's it. Mayor?
I don't have anything for Durrell.
Okay, streets, bridges, lighting, buildings, grounds, and equipment, Jake.
okay.
I so
For
have
new.
questions
Oh,
for
do
you.
you want this?
So for under new, I'm just gonna bring this up and you guys do what you want with it.
Okay.
I got it.
I did talk to Janet about this. There is an issue with a tree that's overhanging field number 3 over the fence. They brought it to me. I contacted a few different people. One guy showed up to give me a price on it. So his price was $750 to cut it and leave it on the ground, or $1,000 to haul it all away. I do have another guy that's interested in giving us a price on it, but is that something we want to talk to baseball with to see if they can lend a hand or, pay
They
for
don't do
something?
anything, do they? They don't pay us.
I don't know,
they don't-
Bob, call them.
Did you check the?
I'm asking.
Yeah, Steve's,
They're baseball guys.
yeah, Steve's great. He is. It does require
They do
a
anything else other than that.
bucket
They
truck.
line the field.
They don't cut the grass or nothing.
We could
We got
do it the
that.
cheap route
But we
and
could
just
tell them to cut the
rent
grass.
a bucket from
We can
D and G
ask
and
about
let
it.
Brian do it. But again, this is open discussion. You guys, there's another,
We can
there's,
ask them,
who?
baseball, we can ask them.
Right.
You're just gonna trim it?
Well, I mean, I mentioned something to him about it. I said, do you guys not have any parents that are in a tree service, really? He's like, well, I don't know. And it was kind of like me reaching out saying, hey, can you guys maybe lend a hand?
Right.
Hoping to get
Well,
something.
the bad
but
thing is, the way it's
Are we just
leaning,
trimming or?
It has to be a
if
bucket.
it falls on the fence, it's gonna cost us way
We
more.
just trimming or cutting the tree down?
Cutting the tree completely down.
Okay.
It's
It's
leaning at a
just
45-degree angle
Yeah, I
right
know
now.
the one you're talking about.
Yep, and it's in the foul line, so the kids are hitting foul balls into the tree,
Uh-huh.
which maybe they're fair, maybe they're foul. And you'll never know because the tree just
Yeah.
reached out and was like, get out
Yeah.
of here. So there's that. Do you want me to get more prices?
I told you to go with the $1,000 guy.
Well, I don't want to do that. I want to get multiple prices.
You should get more.
Or do we do, like you said, just
Multiple
rent
away,
the,
Jake.
Or do we,
I agree with Bob.
if Brian's interested
Just
in
rent,
cutting it and we rent something, it's gonna cost us far
Far
less
less.
money.
Yeah,
do we have to cut the whole tree or just,
No, I
can we,
mean,
is
you
there some way
can
just to
limit
go
it,
straight
just
up and
Do the,
get what's in the way?
You could, but
Yeah.
again, it's leaning at a 45-degree angle and at some point,
Eventually
and
it's
it's
gonna
coming out of the creek.
Oh.
That's
oh.
why it
It's gonna
keeps
be
doing
on-
that.
can't you
Across the
trim a
rack.
piece at a time
Keep
though?
chopping it back.
I think if you have the bucket, you're better off just
Get it
whacking
done.
it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah,
Let's see how much it costs.
Okay, so
okay, get more bids.
next up,
Okay, that's all we will care about.
Gerald has proven himself on the weed whacker, and he has completely put the finishing touches on that last weed whacker. It's junk.
Oh, good, so you're getting him a new
That
one
thing,
with the little
that's
shield
old.
thing.
All of our weed
That's
whacker,
old.
we have one
Yeah.
weed whacker that probably weighs 30 pounds, and it's got like these giant,
Yeah, I know what you're
handlebars
talking
on it.
about, yeah,
and I'm not doing that to it.
No,
So
we're due for a new one.
I do need that.
You be requesting weed back.
What's that?
Are you requesting to buy a weed?
I am
You
requesting
have
to
a
buy,
price?
I'll get multiple prices, but I do know that the professional lines are ranging between $300 and $450.
But you wanna get a good one though.
Yeah, you're not gonna buy a cheap one.
No, not for as
I
much
mean-
weed whacking as he's gotta do.
At Home Depot, if you look at the regular whatever junk ones, they're $175.
Yeah.
Can we get one with a,
We're not doing that.
get a steel with a blade too?
Well, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna price out Steel, I'm gonna price out Echo, because Echo makes a
Echo does a
fantastic
good
one.
now.
And Husqvarna also makes a good one too. So I'll get the prices on all three of them.
So what do you think you're gonna need?
I'm gonna say
Under 6.
no more than 400.
Well, I'll make the motion to give you up to $400.
Well, not 400. I'm thinking like we're at in the 400 range.
Go
So motion-
500.
Motion to
Okay.
Make a motion for.
No more than
500.
$500.
Yeah, that's
Well,
good.
dude,
I will get the cheapest of the three.
All right,
You
who's
want a good
second?
one.
Hold on.
I know.
You get Steel, that's a good one, right?
Yeah,
Can
well,
you
Echo
also
makes
see if you get one that has the multiple attachments for that thing?
the
So
past
except for the
ones.
blade.
So if
One
you
that has like a saw blade and then.
yes, so if you guys want me to do that, you're looking at a minimum of $1,000 with the
Oh.
attachment.
500.
okay, forget that, go back to the
I thought
first one.
Steel had one, just change the blade.
Yeah,
they did.
I have one.
Actually,
Just
I
the
did
power
buy
head
Steel.
alone is $480.
Oh.
Still can't be no
And then you
500.
have to buy the
Well,
attachments
they went up a
individually.
lot. I didn't pay that for mine.
They're expensive. I will provide you guys with proof of these are the three equals,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
and this was the cheapest of the three, and this is what you're gonna get.
Okay, so up to
everything went up.
$500 then.
Yeah.
Make a motion,
Yeah.
make a motion,
Yep.
seconded, Jason,
Some of these other places.
I will.
okay.
Okay, so that's that. Now, yeah,
Aye.
Opposed?
Uh,
Okay.
okay, so next,
Oh,
a backpack leaf blower disappeared. I don't know. Apparently it's been gone since Brian's been back here. It must have disappeared years prior and
What's that?
a
Bring it
backpack
back.
leaf blower,
I don't remember that one.
the big
Well,
one.
we never had a,
I don't.
I had a backpack leaf blower when I worked here. It was a
Well, we
BR
did.
600.
when I was here, we didn't, all we had was the hand blower.
Yeah, that's
We
all.
never had the backpack.
So we do not have a backpack blower.
Uh-uh.
I'm not asking for it. I'm just telling you, we don't have one. We used to. I do know that for
Yeah,
a
I
fact.
don't remember that.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing one years ago.
Yeah, it was a really nice BR 600 when I
Like
worked
when
here.
we first started
So it's
years
gone.
ago.
But our other leaf blower was involved in an accident. Without saying names, it may have gotten ran over by a big red truck.
Accidents.
Not backing
As long
up,
as they-
not backing up.
As long as they.
It was a,
Accidents happen
and
every
everybody's
day.
on the same page that it was an accident and it's
Oh,
kind of,
okay.
but on the positive side, it's probably 15 years old and it was towards the end of its life too.
Oh, it was.
So,
So you put it to
They just
sleep.
played on its misery.
So you're gonna buy another one.
I need another one. We don't have a blower right
Do we
now.
need a small one or get a backpack?
I mean,
What's the
Why
price
don't
of
The
you
the
get
back?
backpacks are a lot nicer.
Good prices for.
Yeah, get
Done a lot
prices on that.
faster.
I will say that the backpacks are nice, but you guys ain't gonna like the prices on them.
Yeah, they are.
So I would rather just at least get our handheld for now because that is a necessary thing. Everybody needs a good handheld.
But they're not that
So-
much though.
I'm gonna say $350 to $400 tops.
Yeah, I don't think they're that.
No. That, well, no, let's go on the higher end in case it's like $360 so that I can afford to buy it. It might be less than that, I don't know. Just know that I will buy the cheapest one that I can
How
find.
about
We say
400?
Really nice guy.
Give you up to 400.
Yeah, give me up to
I
400
make a
on that.
motion, we go up to 400.
Need a second.
Second.
I apologize for
All in
the
favor?
inconvenience.
Opposed?
Oh.
Okay.
You have to have
Have
it.
it.
You know what? We've done pretty good with not breaking things this year, so
Yeah.
let's try and stay on that.
Well,
Well,
you're
actually,
sorry, bad now.
Keep moving, Dick.
As long as they
Alright,
let
Jake.
you know.
Next, weed whacker, request to purchase. Okay, now we're on to Craig Street Alley. You know what? Let's go, let's spend some more money. Slag. Are you guys okay with me ordering a few truckloads of slag?
Yeah, 4 to 5 truckloads.
4 to 5 truckloads?
Yeah,
We need it, good.
Okay,
How much is
because
a truckload?
we wanna just start, slag's cheap. I think the last time I checked it was $4 a ton.
Yeah, it's
So
not
you
that
have a
much.
delivery fee on top of that.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest material that we can get.
If it's under-
We kind of stalled on the alleys. I know everybody was excited. We got as many of that things as we can done, but we're out of slag. We need
Let's look
slag.
into,
Alright, let's get 4 or 5 out.
check out Heritage, see what he's got out there. 'Cause
That's
he's
not
pretty
slag.
cheap. I know. Do you
He does
need
not have
slag?
dust. We need one to dust.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna do 4 to 5, you guys said, on that, trucks.
Well, that's you're
Well,
gonna
it's
need
under-
probably
Because Jake
on
keeps grinding
Craig
up
Alley.
cement
Yeah.
out there and stuff too. He's got all kind of weird stuff out.
I'll call him, I'll talk to
Yeah,
him.
see
You're
what
gonna
he's
need
got.
for other alleys, you're gonna have to buy extra.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what Brian told me, you're gonna need 4 to 5.
Joe's gonna get some practice driving the truck.
You get 4 to 5 loads.
We're
in
gonna
that
get
alley.
that delivered then? That'd be probably cheaper.
Yeah, but he still has to scoop it up here,
Yeah.
take it to
down.
Brian. Brian can spread it, and then he's gonna have to do the back
Gotcha.
and forth game. We're gonna try, we're gonna work with him.
And that guy at Heritage said he's supplying anti-skid for a lot of the boroughs around here, and he can get it super cheap to us.
Alright, that's good.
So he says he'll even give us a load just so we can
Yeah.
try it out.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
keep that in
Okay.
mind for the winter.
Okay, so, trees and bushes ordinance,
Go back to your Mayfield Alley, or Craig Alley, you haven't finished that yet.
yeah, I was gonna save that for the last.
Well, you just talked about it.
All
Well,
we do is make the most.
Okay,
out. You already
fine.
talked
Well,
about
you
it.
said.
Craig Street Alley repair. So Craig Street Alley, everybody's aware, is in pretty
We
dire
are,
need of
we
some
are.
help. Again, this is up to council. You guys are in charge of the money when it comes to that stuff. I'm just gonna give you the rundown. If we put limestone down, it's gonna be far less, but it's going to wash down that
I was
mountain.
gonna say,
It's gonna disappear.
yeah.
We can have our guys do the best they can do with hot patch and a roller. again, it's not gonna be perfect. No one's gonna, you can't expect perfect because we don't own a paver.
How long of a section they need?
We're gonna try and get halfway up that hill to where the road starts to level out again and then it's smooth. I only wanna put pavement down where it really needs pavement. Once it gets flat up top and then it's like a very gentle dive back down to Harbison, I would say that that's pretty decent. It's definitely drivable.
You might
The only
wanna
thing
run a
about
ditch down the one
blacktop
side,
right
that's all.
now,
Cheryl
We're gonna have a
Kubota might
problem.
differ with big
because
differ on
everyone's
that
gonna
one.
say, we want our alley.
Their
back."
I don't
motorcycle.
care because they
That's
don't
the
live on a
problem with
hillside. They don't live on the side of a cliff. This is a totally different thing. Your alley's not a cliff, your alley's not a cliff, his alley's not a cliff. The reason we put
Washout.
gravel down is because it's flat.
Mhm.
If you live in an area where it's, and I mean, that's a steep,
No, I
That's a
know
steep
what you're
section.
going through, I know.
we can't keep gravel there. It doesn't stay there.
Limestone works for a while, and which
Yeah.
Eventually it'll wash away.
eventually, in which my driveway, I asked Brian to do it's on my driveway, it's Ann Street. I asked him to touch that up sometime. It's got
So what do you need?
some big,
So I'm just asking, what are your guys' thoughts on this?
The other option
We
is,
have money.
the other option is not stone, it's to pipe it. You're
Basins
talking
in,
about
like-
gravel.
Right, but we still have to repair that road.
can we put that on the list, Bill? Can we take something else off and put that on the list?
What?
The paving list.
That's already been sent in, I don't know if
It's
it can or
already-
not.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's already sent in,
That's already
Gotcha.
sent
I
in and
didn't realize
advertised.
that. Okay.
yeah.
A lot of people are complaining that it's really rough right now. That pavement that's down right now
Yes.
is rough.
Going down to Harbison.
Patching the road doesn't do any good if you don't do something with the water.
Right, and that's why I'm kind of trying to get this figured out, because if we're either gonna pipe it or we're gonna fill it up with stone. If we pipe it, I say fix the road. Put some nice material down. If you don't pipe it and you stone it,
Go back a couple of years and do the same.
you're gonna be redoing this all over again in a few years. So, just
Yeah,
throwing it out.
pipe's gonna cost us a fortune right now.
Okay. I talked to Brian about this, because I also talked about putting the catch basin in,
Mhm.
if you pipe it, probably
2,
halfway up, he told me 1.
1, perfect.
About halfway up that hill. The catch basin, I had him price it out, it's $475.
Okay.
I forget where he said, and that includes the grate on top. I don't know what size it is. I told him to get the smaller one, because we don't need anything big there.
Hey, Ferguson's selling them now.
Yes, he did, he called and checked it out.
Okay.
Pipe, 15-inch pipe, which we're required to put in, $176 a section, I believe it's a 20-foot section. He said that we need 8 sections,
That's
which
cheaper
is
than what I thought it was. gonna be.
$1,400. So for the pipe and the basin, you're talking almost $1,900.
Yeah.
Which really isn't that bad.
No, I was expecting a lot more.
So if we're gonna do this, we've already got the hole dug half of the hole. I think, my opinion is we just run with this.
It is worth mentioning that almost every house that is on Craig Street Alley facing up the hill is running all of their runoff water
To that alley.
to that alley. They are dumping water on that alley.
Yes.
So we are gonna have to kind of tie their stuff into our stuff.
I don't know why, but that house where you got the ditch, there's a pipe coming from the house up above. Coming down along. It was flowing water today.
So that's an underground spring that flows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Through a pipe?
Through a pipe, yeah. What they did was they put in a French drain, and that French drain is catching that
But it's a
water
French drain,
underground.
it's not-
Yes. That's
So
where
you're
it's
talking
at.
about this side of Craig.
The right
Uphill
side
side.
going up the hill,
The uphill side.
the uphill
Yeah.
side.
Okay.
Yes. And that's going to fix multiple problems. In the wintertime, I don't know if you guys remember this, it turns into about an 8-inch slab of ice that creeps on
Yeah.
37th
Yeah.
Street.
Yeah.
The motion, just go with the pipe. And-
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Made a
so
motion.
Craig,
Get it done.
I need a second.
I second it.
Okay, so the pipe's handled. How do we want to handle the
I got-
aggregate?
All in favor?
Aye.
We're piping it.
Okay, pipe it, and now what are we doing for the top? We're either top coating it or we're.
Or can we cut the alley down on it, right? Instead of building the left side up, can we cut the right side down?
I don't think it is. We
Yeah.
can try.
You could do that.
You know,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it costs nothing to take it out, it costs money to put it in.
Can't lose nothing by it.
All right,
This way,
I just don't
Work
remember,
with it.
I just don't remember
Yeah, I
how
mean-
it's compared to the driveways.
we'll set the machine up to take off, what, half an inch or a quarter inch and just
Yeah,
let
you
him
need- you just
grind
need to
up.
slope-
Yeah,
Need to slope
just
this
slope it
over.
a little bit.
We'll see what we can do with it. We'll play it by ear.
That
We'll come to
sounds
that
great.
bridge when we get to it.
You got it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, cross it.
What else you got, Jake?
Okay. That's it. The ordinances for the trees and bushes that are on the side of the roads.
Pat, can you start putting, like, for when I should talk to the chief and to Tina on these, on the agenda? I never know when to let them talk.
Oh.
Does it matter?
Well, they usually come in right at the end of, when we do council, then we follow up with them.
Yeah, yeah,
So at the end then?
Yeah.
Okay,
Way we used to do in the past.
yeah, because they're given a report.
okay. All right, so at the end of,
So Jake, what are you referring to about the streets?
Basically, we've been getting a lot of complaints about people trying to get out onto a main street or any street for that matter. It doesn't have to be a main street. And a tree or a bush is obstructing the view from traffic.
Over this last week, a week and a half, I know Brian's went around to like a lot of the stop signs, a lot of the spots that were already overgrown, like Nape and Harbison knocked that down. The lady on Harbison and Mayfield Avenue, she knocked that down. Jean Street, I reached out to PennDOT, so now here you're getting your report. Reached out to PennDOT, and it's Jean Street, alley right there where the shrubs are, they're too far back
Seuss.
for, yeah, they're too far back for PennDOT to come and get
Yeah,
them.
that is bad.
I
He said-
talked to him.
Yeah, go ahead.
I talked to him, told him that he's gotta cut them down, cause you can't see getting out. Well, he cut them down
Yeah,
to
just trimmed them.
this,
Yeah.
and I called him back after he cut them, and, told him, I said, you have to cut them lower. Well, why? I said, how low do I have to go? I said, you have to have them low enough so that you could see to pull out. If you can't see somebody coming up the street, they're too high. So he said, okay, he'll take care of it. He didn't, and I talked to him again yesterday, and he says he goes on vacation
Wednesday.
next Wednesday,
And
and
that's
that's
when
when
he's
he's gonna do it.
So if he does not do it, you know, like we
Are
told
we
him
allowed
on the
to
I
phone.
told him, if he doesn't do it, Brian's coming over and he's gonna do it
Can't touch
his way.
No, I'm saying, are we allowed to cite
If
them?
it's,
for-
yes, we can,
Okay.
if it's a
If
safety
it's a safety,
issue.
yeah, because I
That's
talked
what
to
was
Joe,
getting at.
I
Okay.
talked to Joe on the phone, he said any safety
Yeah,
issue
safety
needs to get
violation,
knocked
yes.
down.
Yep, yeah.
She got a hold of PennDOT, about Gooseby, coming up
Trees.
the hill, the maple trees
On the sidewalk.
on the side, the only
Oh,
sidewalk that West Mayfield has.
Yeah,
On 37th Street there.
You know, we have a
Right
sidewalk,
on the Craig Alley.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
Mrs. What's his name? I can't remember her name.
Gooseby.
No,
in
it's
front of the fire station?
PennDOT came in and
Deborah
I
Gooseby?
called them, it's Gooseby,
Oh.
Deborah Gooseby.
Okay.
That one.
They came out and trimmed the trees.
Yeah, I
Because
called
it's on
them.
37th
Because
Street.
on
We have some
37th
on
Street
Harbison
sidewalk.
that are hanging too.
And then that's why, when I was going up Craig Street, he knocked that all down because all that was so overgrown into the center up at the top where it crests. One car could barely go through that while the homeowners parked their vehicles on that left side. So if you were on 37th Street going up that, I mean, it was just all the way over. So that's why I had him go up there and whack that, because the people who own that parcel, according to Kathy, have never paid taxes on that property. So she's like, good luck at even finding if the guy's even alive or not. So at this point, why waste time? Why just whack it down, you know? So that's why a lot of the stop signs around the bend around here, he cut all those down because they were being covered up with trees, you know? I mean, you couldn't see the stop signs on them. So anyway, so
So
I talked
Brian's-
with him.
Go
I
ahead.
talked with the attorney about trees and shrubs and stuff like that. And he's supposed to be, next thing he's working on for next month is to get that added to the ordinances about how we could be able to send somebody, like how we had talked before, you know, to, like,
Do
Now,
that
if they're
today.
leaning on a line, then call Buchanan Light.
what?
If they're leaning like on a power line, we could call Buchanan Light,
Yeah, so
right?
that way they can whack it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I was hoping that they would
I think
just,
we only have one on Harbison. It's not there yet, but.
yeah.
Can you do something about the Falls side?
One on Fourth Avenue.
Baker's Tunnel?
So that's the other thing, so I guess when
Yeah.
I'm talking. So, I talked with Pat.
Well, our side needs done too.
Well, I talked to Pat from Beaver Falls and both their boom numbers are down and he asked if West Mayfield could give a hand and do Beaver Falls side of where that,
The underpass.
the underpass thing, so that way when you come around, you're not getting yourself almost killed.
It was
So,
different
He said, if
when
you
we-
guys do me a
Yeah.
favor, we'll do you guys a favor at some point. So Pat's asking for a favor because they.
I'm all about being
No,
I'm
cordial.
I'm fine with doing that, but a couple of years ago, when Chief Jones took over down there as the city manager, when we asked, because we used to do the leaf collection for that,
Right.
and dump
Right.
leaves down in there,
Right.
and I said, no, we don't want nothing to do, you guys are on your own.
Well, today's a new day, so.
I'm just saying.
Right, yeah.
Because
So
we'd help them
don't
dig
let
leaves up,
Mr. Jones
and then they
find
would
out
come over
about
and
it,
help
Yeah.
steam,
because he will.
remember, take our
he will
lines,
mix it.
clean our lines off
Well,
too.
We used
I
to
mean,
have
I'm
them
just
come up
saying,
and do a lot of jetting for us.
They
Yeah.
have
Here's the way
no
I'm-
means
They
in
would
Beaver
jet
Falls to cut it. They have no means.
Do we have
So
any
he's just asking
problem
if
with
we
sending
can-
the guys down there for 10-15 minutes to
No.
make it a
No.
safer
We're
process?
not
Because right
talking
now,
about like.
you scrape your vehicle when you get down there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not talking about like doing the whole street. I'm just talking about making that
At the
bend.
stop sign.
All right up the
Yeah,
other side of the
just
tunnel.
that,
Yeah.
just that.
I gotta,
Yeah.
I gotta
That-
walk.
Where you're
straight
coming
to the
this
center.
way, where you're going
Everybody
out.
good?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll
proceed on
handle it
that.
tomorrow.
Oh, you gonna do it?
All right, is that it, Jake?
Yes.
Lou?
Me, okay, on police, chief. On Jean Street, there's a white Mustang. His exhaust is terrible.
You could hear him down
I
there.
don't know if he has a drop off. When he gets out on 37th Street, he can disconnect his pipes. It is so loud.
I work next.
I have all Jean Street complaining, all Short Street complaining, and all 37th Street extension.
Half an hour.
All complaining about this Mustang.
They got
He goes up in the morning between 6:30 and 25 to 7. Soon as he gets onto 37th Street, he opens it up.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know if he has drop pipes on it because it'll start out mellow and then
It's straight.
boom.
No, he has to have the shut off valves in it.
And if you hear him on weekends when
Oh, he
he's
doesn't?
off, he pulls out. Jeff,
I know
you know
that.
that.
I hear it all the time.
It's so loud.
You can hear it going up in the Chippewa.
Oh, I know. It's just terrible.
Do we have a noise ordinance in the borough?
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
I don't know his address. He lives on Jean Street.
After 10 o'clock,
Yeah,
I mean,
11 on
he's got a
weekend.
sports car. It's gonna have
Oh, there's a-
exhaust. The mellow's not bad, but
This thing's beyond.
this ain't no exhaust. This is
It's
straight.
straight, like,
He's doing something where it comes straight pipes, cause you can make them drop
Is
off.
he living there next to?
Right down from your apartment, your building, right over the
Is
desk.
he the one that their house sits up in the back off the alley?
Oh,
I
man.
think
And then their
so.
garage is down below, but their house is up
I
top?
think that's it, Bob. I'm not sure.
Cause, yeah.
I mean, he's a real nice kid and everything.
no, you can't be nice.
I'll
It's just-
stop over, I know the girl that lives
Tina, he
there, I'll
works
stop.
across-
Well, I talked to their neighbor and asked him if they, when I see him, if he could keep it
Every
down.
day I hear him.
But that lasted a week.
one of my neighbors.
And then all of a sudden, man, it just right back again. So if you could check in on that, please.
And was cutting grass at 10 at night.
And then the
Okay.
other thing was the grant, that new grant, but I already said that.
Is that all you got?
I'm good, Bob.
Okay, thank you.
sir.
Bill,
No, Bill.
sewers and sanitation,
Nothing on sort of sanitation.
thank you. Finance and litigation, Jason.
Boy,
I don't know what happened.
that's
I put
different.
on here reorganized committees, but I don't know if we wanna try to do that or not, kind of combine things together and make it,
Make life a little easier.
yeah.
Okay, I'm not following you.
Well, we have on here, it's not official, but like streets, bridges, lighting, building, grounds, equipment. We have them separated on that whole website, we have them separated on all our paperwork.
He means combined.
Combine them all into one, it's like public works.
Like streets and building and grounds, put them together instead of each separate.
Kinda looks like it's together right now.
Well,
I
Streets,
moved it
bridges,
together
lighting,
on-
We
buildings,
moved it
grounds,
together for the
equipment.
agenda.
They're together on the agenda,
I moved it together on the agenda.
but
But
they're
if you
actually,
go to the borough website,
what are your
Oh,
committees?
okay, yeah.
What are your
They're all
committees? You have
separate.
Separate committee for it?
Let's do that some other time. I'm hungry.
We'll hold that
Sitting
till
at my house.
July.
Sound like me.
We'll table that.
Table it.
Okay.
Have a steak this late at night, you're
All
nuts.
right,
Tina, you should feed him.
Jeff,
He had his
Oh, my
chicken
ordinance,
steak,
Jeff.
that was at 5.
nothing, thank you. Parks and Rec, Janet.
yeah, Billy covered the potholes, I already said we wanted to do things before I'm done.
Thank you.
Okay, one thing,
Me.
park, remember I talked to you about, we had some, I don't know if they were missing or not, picnic benches.
Oh, yeah, 3,
Are we missing?
we are.
I know that I heard that they got moved or something,
Well, we found one in that little crossover bridge that the guys built.
the covered bridge.
One of them was broken too, it's still up here.
Yeah, that's been here for.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know if
that's
you
when
were
I
in
was
there.
there, yeah. That
So
was the
somebody's stealing our picnic table.
Well,
One
one
or
of them-
two, at least 2. That
One of
used
them
to be-
last year was completely trashed.
Well, we're
Did you
not,
check the creek?
I don't know if we're
Yeah.
100% sure.
One
There's
was
no-
in the creek.
I don't know if we knew how many we had to start with.
Well, right now we
We
have
should probably do
22.
inventory at the
Yeah.
park at some
Well,
point.
that's what I'm saying, we need to start doing some of that kind of stuff. I took the count and what,
Third,
say again,
22.
22, we have 22.
No, we have more than that.
But
We
We
had,
have 22 now.
you don't now,
We have 22.
we had 25.
because there was 3 or 4 of them
That's
that
what I
got
said, there's 3
the
missing.
old concession stand.
Yeah, you're right.
And I was sitting down there talking to a couple guys down there, and I went down there to eat my lunch one day, and I said, where all the
And then he called me.
When you said that first shelter down by the.
All right, well, that, we might be able to take care of that with our cameras.
Well, that's why,
Yep.
another thing I was gonna say about the,
But
where someone can.
do some inventory. We should probably find out what all we have down there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We don't have much, I don't
Yeah,
think.
we
Just
do.
So it shouldn't take too long.
You know what, Bill?
Hold on.
Quit hitting me.
Under me, I got, when we,
Oh,
Oh, my God.
there we go.
You had to say something.
Why didn't you leave her on?
listen. I'm gonna move the library to the park. You good with that?
What
I don't care where you put it.
Okay, great, done.
What
Library.
library?
You're talking about.
A free library.
Gonna
Free little book
Matilda
library.
Street
Oh,
Library.
you have one.
Yeah, like a library, like that.
I don't care.
Okay, fine, done.
I'm gonna,
Put it in there.
When you put the
Put
food
it under
pantry,
something.
What?
the food pantry you were talking about, when you put
No,
that in?
we got voted out of that.
Oh, you mean
Do you have
The
something?
farmer's market.
You
They voted
had
us
something,
out.
didn't you, Mary?
Yeah, just something small.
Well, hold on, let me get,
Go ahead.
Farmer's market.
we never got the guys any new shirts or jackets.
No,
Can I say something about that?
Oh,
Yes, it's gonna be quick.
all right, go ahead.
They have like the woven style gloves or
Yeah.
ones that just go over their shoulders and down the arms instead of full jackets because it's gonna be hot out there.
I'm confused what you're asking
What?
about.
Can we get
Gerald
those
needs
things?
them.
Because
Those are
Gerald
really
the other day, he was cut heavy.
Oh my God, he was bad. I felt so
So
bad.
you need long sleeve shirts.
Oh my
No, they have
God.
gloves that you can put on that don't go like a jacket. It's just gloves that go up to your shoulders.
He wants long gloves.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
He wants that?
We were
Like
trying to get him
welding gloves.
those instead
Like
of
welding gloves.
so he can take
because
them off.
If that's what he wants,
all the thorns and
I don't know
daggers.
why you wouldn't wanna just have a good pair of gloves and a long sleeve
Yeah.
shirt.
yeah.
Because it's gonna
Cause that's gonna be awful hot in them
Yeah, it
gloves.
But you can take those gloves
But the
off
gloves
when
come
you're
off, when you're
done.
done, we've got.
Can
like
change
within
your
5
shirt
minutes.
when you're done. Well, whatever. If that's what he wants, I don't care.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
'cause that-
hungry.
Is that what your
That's
guys
like
use?
leather. I put my welding jacket on, I weld and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
He weld, he's not welding.
Yeah, but it's the
Levi.
same thing. You put like a welding deal on, he won't get nailed with all the
All
chains.
the thorns and stuff, because
And
everything
all
he's
the
doing right
shit
now with
and the
all the
rocks
thorns.
that hit him there.
I don't have a problem with that, just, if that's what he wants, I didn't think
Yeah,
he
if he
wants
got it all
it.
cleaned out, he probably won't have that problem anymore.
Okay,
Okay.
so get him the gloves and,
He is getting it done.
And
you
you
can order that stuff on Amazon, I would imagine, right?
And don't forget to give Pat the receipt.
Yeah,
I'm not
and please
ordering
do
it.
a PO.
I always do POs.
You hero.
Okay, so
What's a P.O.?
short sleeve shirts, a couple short sleeve shirts, a couple long sleeve shirts. Get each of them a jacket,
Like a
hoodie.
hoodie.
I wouldn't give him a jacket, a hoodie. We got jackets in there now.
Yeah.
Whose are they?
They're anybody's,
The
whoever works
girls,
here
they're
is
probably
the
all
bird.
nasty.
That ain't.
Oh,
I
wash
washed mine up whenever I wore mine.
Alright,
And
whatever.
make sure they
None
wear
of those
them,
guys
Bob.
are extra small.
But you gotta
Guys, we
watch,
got
you
t-shirts
gotta watch
before
it.
they didn't wear 'em.
You gotta watch with Brian now, cause he's gonna be leaving whenever the house is.
Well, don't
sold.
buy no jackets until the winter, but we need to say that we're gonna get them jackets if they need jackets.
Okay, yeah, great.
I'll make the motion.
All right.
We'll make sure they wear the shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Cause every
Yeah,
time we
Shirts is
buy them,
that, you know,
they
it's
don't wear
like
them.
for that, it's just
Do
something
we
we've
have a
always
second?
done.
Second.
We need
Thank
that? All in favor?
Bye.
Opposed? Okay. Mayor,
Everyone has seen the ball field memorial flagpole that Mr. Troy put the light on that we
Look nice.
purchased. Really looks nice. I was wondering, those lights are under $70. Could we put one, would council like to purchase one and put it on the flagpole at the honor roll?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can agree with that.
I thought we had one on there.
There is one there.
It doesn't work very
It's
well.
cockapoo.
No, you mean on the
Okay.
flag.
It's fine then.
Yes,
Yes.
did you?
I make a
have to vote on
motion.
that.
I make a
Oh.
I'll order another one.
If it's only $70,
motion.
we don't need a motion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just pick it
Okay,
up.
yeah, right, it's under 100.
Yeah.
But
It'll
she
order.
doesn't have an expense account, does she?
Put it under mine.
Put under Parks and Recreation.
No, put it in.
Building and grounds.
Yeah, buildings and grounds.
Perfect.
Okay,
There's also.
Okay,
okay,
Tammy,
Jay
what you
can
got?
order it.
I'm going broke. Chief's good, thank you.
Buildings
Tina,
and
now.
What?
I'm not gonna have to.
That's all,
Ordinances.
that's all I have.
Not ordinances, but,
Yeah, I
you know.
Chief, chief,
He
You
said
don't got
nothing.
nothing?
That's
Okay,
right.
Oh, we
good.
got
Just give them a rundown real quick.
Tina?
So
Zippity doo dah.
there was, for grass issues, for high grass. There's 18 different places that are closed, that they have kept them mowed and cleaned, and there I still have 6 open. Vehicles, we've had 7 pulled out, like towed away, and 2 are still here, which one of those 2 is a young boy. And the other one, truth be told, is somebody who is,
It's in the hospital.
in the hospital. Trash, issues with trash. Had 3 people, that they have cleaned their place up one way or the other, and 2 are still open. Safety issues like stop signs or trees or shrubs or going around corners. 3 incidences, they're closed, one's still open, and I've issued 3 different permits for
Great job.
them. Okay,
We've been busy.
so.
We've heard.
Make it short and sweet.
Okay. Tina's been busy.
Oh, Lou.
Doing a great job.
People call,
will
they tell
agree
us.
on
Bob walks around
We
drinking
know
something.
everywhere you've been, they call all the time.
Everyone's afraid of the white Jeep.
I think you need to get a different vehicle,
Come on, Bob, I'm hungry.
kind of incognito, you know what I mean?
Okay, pay the bills. I need a motion.
I make the motion.
You don't have, we don't need a motion. This is something we do every
Oh, yeah.
time.
Just pay the bills.
Just pay the bills.
Hey, Bills,
Consent the agenda, motion to pay bills, ratify purchases.
I guess we don't have to do that anymore.
Okay, any other business?
Yes.
oh,
Are you serious?
I mean, really, Bill?
Yeah,
Come
really.
on, spit it out.
What do you got, Bill?
I got an email today from county,
You read it?
around emergency management,
Oh.
people. They want to let everybody know that next week is going to be a super heated week.
Yes.
It's going to really get hot, irritable, and they recommend people staying inside, so they want to warn everybody to, take
Stay
care of yourself,
hydrated.
stay hydrated, stay air conditioned,
Yeah.
whatever. So, for the entire week, they're saying it's gonna, they said next Wednesday is probably the worst.
Oh my
Just
God.
to let you know that that's coming up.
Oh, I know it's cold.
That's all I got.
You're gonna be working.
I'm calling off that day.
You're
Wait a
gonna be
minute.
working.
Motion to adjourn.
I don't need a motion, let's just adjourn. All right.